main event of the evening. Scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the UFC Heavyweight Championship as Randy Couture defends his title against Brock Lesnar. Sold out inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Randy the Natural Couture, superhuman Brock Lesnar. The heavyweight title fight, our main event, is right here, right now. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, it is so great to have Randy Couture back. It will be a huge challenge tonight against none other, though, than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that's about as huge a challenge you can get for a guy that can reach with 265.
13 career victories for Randy Couture against opponents with a combined winning percentage of 83%. Takedowns have been outstanding as well. 54% career takedown success, and even better than that is the fact that he always has been involved in big fights. 14 of his 18 fights have been for a title. And so when you talk about Randy the Natural Couture, undoubtedly he brings a huge experience advantage into the octagon tonight.
I think that is the most important factor in his advantage. If you look at the size advantage, it's very clear it's Brock Lesnar's. The speed, the athleticism, but experience in leaps and bounds, Randy Couture has it over Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is truly a beast. Division I National Wrestling Champion, successful pretty much every time he's tried to take somebody down in his mixed martial arts career. 8 takedowns total, successful all but one time. Very dominant also are his striking statistics. The interesting thing about that though, Joe, 52 of the 62 strikes that Lesnar have thrown have been from the ground.
Well, what the guy is a freak super athlete. And, you get a guy that has to struggle to make 265 pounds and moves like a guy who weighs 155 pounds. If you can teach that guy how to move correctly, throw punches, kicks, and submit guys, that guy's going to create problems. Then when you add to the fact the guy is a 2000 NCAA National Heavyweight Champion wrestler, I mean, that's a freak combination. It's a very rare human being. You're dealing with a guy like Brock Lesnar. And you know what? Randy's probably, if he's going to catch him now.
Yeah.
Don't catch him in 2 years when he really learns the game.
Yeah, especially the fact that Randy will be 47 then.
Who knows? He might be fighting when he's 57.
You know what? If there is a man who could do it, it is Randy Couture. And you have thought around the world early tonight that Randy Couture would reign supreme, and still, by just a slight edge, those who voted around the world by texting us or voting online believe that 54% believe that Randy Couture has a slight edge in tonight's main event of the evening. Our voting all night brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide. Visit tapout.com right now. So we are set, Joe, for the main event of the evening. Randy the Natural Couture back to take on Brock Lesnar. Will the Hall of Famer rise to the top once again, or will we have the baddest man on the planet as our new heavyweight champ?
He's a big, huge guy with a lot of agility. He presents some interesting problems, and that's what's intriguing, that's what motivates me, that's what makes me want to go out there and fight him. I have to focus on footwork and being elusive and use that speed and agility that I think is in my favor. That'll be, I think, the trick as far as being able to hit him and not be hit.
What a great opportunity. What a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm going to seize the moment, and I'm going to seize this opportunity, and I'm going to seize that UFC heavyweight title.
Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
When I see Lesnar, I see where I was at about 10 years ago. It's still pretty one-directional. It's all straight ahead.
Randy is a competitor.
Randy Couture is an animal.
He's got something that I dearly want. We're going to come in and show Randy Couture that you're just too damn old to be here.
The age question gets played every time I fight.
Not bad for an old man.
He's a huge guy. I have to focus on footwork and being elusive and use that speed and agility that I think is in my favor.
Randy's got to push around a guy that's 275 pounds that night, and he's coming in at 220. On fight night, it's easy for me to beat Randy Couture.
prepared for big guys before. I'll be ready.
Once ran a 4.75 in the 40-yard dash.
Yeah, he truly is a freak athlete. And if you were going to have a video game where you fought people, this would be the last monster that's very, very, very difficult to beat. He doesn't even look like a regular human being. He's a gigantic man for the heavyweight division, cuts weight to make 265 pounds, and has freak athleticism.
Brock Lesnar becomes the 19th fighter in UFC history to fight for a title with less than 10 fights. Only 3 of those men have been victorious, 3 of the first 18. Mark Coleman, Frank Mir, and ironically, Randy the Natural Couture.
There you see Eric Paulson, an outstanding trainer, and Greg Nelson also. These guys have prepped him very well, working very hard to really improve all aspects of his game, but work on his strength, which is his wrestling and his dominance on the top.
He basically took his camp into isolation, 9 weeks in northern Minnesota in a big warehouse, with only one thing on his mind, and that was leaving here tonight as the new UFC heavyweight champion.
Man, I can't wait for this fight.
18 total minutes of mixed martial arts competition. But if he does indeed defeat the Hall of Famer, no one can disregard his worthiness as the best heavyweight in the UFC today. Brock Lesnar, the challenger, here tonight. Championship of the world.
Mike, one of the most incredible things leading up to this fight has been how calm and confident Randy Couture has been leading up to the most incredible challenge of his career. Significantly outweighed, significantly outsized, and with a speed disadvantage, he seems calmer and more confident than I've ever seen him in his career.
Randy Couture steps into the Harley-Davidson prep point. He first became the heavyweight champion in his 4th professional fight back in December of 1997, Ultimate Japan. defeated Maurice Smith. And now he looks to once again, at 45 years old, truly prove to all of us that time is just a number and that Randy Couture can do anything he wants whenever he wants inside the octagon.
But one of the things that makes this fight so exciting is what an unbelievable opportunity to show how technique and experience and wisdom can overcome a much bigger, stronger, faster guy. If Randy can pull this off, this will truly be the crowning moment of one of the greatest careers in mixed martial arts history.
The most beloved fighter, the most beloved champion in UFC history is back inside the octagon. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening, is brought to you by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley Davidson. 14 years the elder, the natural Randy Couture. Brock Lesnar is just 31 years old. Brock Lesnar weighed in officially 45 pounds heavier with a 6-inch reach advantage. He's even bigger than 265 as we get set to fight here tonight. UFC 91 presented by Gears of War only on Xbox 360 and with the official introductions for our title fight tonight. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, two UFC heavyweight warriors have now entered the world's ultimate proving ground of champions, as this is the main event of the evening. Presented to you by Gears of War 2 and sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Chairman Bill Brady. Commissioners in attendance are Skip Avancino Jr., John Bailey, TJ Day, and Pat Lundvall. And Executive Director Keith Kaiser. Our three judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Tony Weeks, Jeff Mullen, and Cecil Peoples. And our lead physician is Dr. Al Capana. When the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Mario Yamasaki. This bout is sponsored by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. And the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley Davidson. And Punisher, Warzone. The Punisher has been reborn in theaters December 5th. And now, the moment of truth UFC fans around the world have been waiting for has finally arrived. Live from the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 2 wins with 1 loss. He stands 63 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. He is an NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Brock Lesnar. And now, introduce the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 16 wins with 8 losses. He stands 62 inches tall, weighing in at 220 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, he is the only fighter to win 2 championship titles, 5 times in 2 different weight classes. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion and the reigning, defending UFC heavyweight champion, presenting the legendary UFC Hall of Fame Octagon Warrior, Randy, the Natural Couture.
Two great wrestlers, and there is a ton of respect for Brock Lesnar of Randy Couture and vice versa. Brock wants what Randy has, though. That is the heavyweight belt. Brock Lesnar, Randy Couture, our main event of the evening.
There you go, first one, you ready? You ready? Let's go, come on!
Fight Clock brought to you by BSN, the world leader in physique, performance, and energy supplements. Black trunks for Lesnar. Good knees early by Brock.
Good clinch by Lesnar. Randy's got him pressed up against the cage.
Randy is a Greco-Roman master, but he gives away a ton of weight in this matchup.
He is a master of leverage, of dirty boxing, and of using strikes in the clinch. Good knee by Lesnar.
Now, what Randy wants to do if he can early is lean on Brock, Joe. Try to bring down that gas tank. Brock's in great shape, but still, when you're carrying around 280 pounds of muscle, you're going to wear down. You got to get oxygen to those muscles.
Absolutely, and I think Brock's game plan is probably to not come out of the gate like guns blazing, to slowly wear on Randy and put his weight on him and make Randy work.
As Brock said, Randy's got to carry around 275, 280 pounds.
Randy holding that underhook on the left side, trying to keep Brock from taking him down, staying calm.
Lesnar.
Wobbling under.
Anytime with the right hand. Couture has the significant advantage in the striking game.
Yeah, he's been striking far longer.
I mean, he was a boxer in the Army years ago. And we've seen him land some big punches. The one that he landed on Tim Sylvia early changed the whole fight. And Randy's going to try to stick and move.
Yeah, the more Randy can keep this fight tactical and keep it from being a crazy barnstorming brawl, the better he's going to do.
Looking for the takedown. Can Brock get it? 7 of 8 in his mixed martial arts career on takedown attempts.
The speed that that guy shoots in for a 285-pound man is incredible. But Randy defended it.
Fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Couture certainly wants to bring Brock into what he calls the deep waters. Takedown. And now the big man in the half guard of Couture.
In half guard, Randy holding on to the neck, keeping Brock from posturing up.
Can he get to a more favorable position here, Joe? He's trying to get to side control.
He mounts. Oh, great good job by Randy.
Yeah, great job of avoidance by Randy Couture.
And Randy's getting back up to his feet. Randy's got a hold of Brock's leg. If he can get Brock on his back.
Randy trying to work that right leg of Lesnar. Randy Couture. Got one hook in. Good job by Brock on that leg, Joe. And now he's back down.
That was nasty the way he was turning his leg sideways.
Half guard. Look at the size of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it looks like they're like 3 weight classes separated.
Wrestlers in general do not like to be on their backs. Randy, though, over the years, Joe, has developed a very good guard. That was one of the things that he worked on diligently throughout his career. Now, not a lot of submissions in his victory book, if you will, but yet at least the ability to defend.
Well, he understands submissions very, very well. He had a submission battle against Ronaldo Jacare de Souza, who's one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the world. Oh, big punches by Lesnar.
Lesnar using the left leg to try to pin down the arm of Randy Couture. Randy, a little wrist control.
And he is in half guard, but Randy likes to ground and pound from half guard. He likes to hold on. Look at that. Holding on to that leg, or excuse me, holding on to that arm and holding Randy in place.
The one thing Brock is doing here, Joe, is he's methodical, though. And that's what we saw a little bit of in the Heath Herring fight. He's patiently looking for that better position. Not going crazy like he did against Frank Mir and leaving himself vulnerable.
Randy's back to his feet. That's huge. That's a huge sign right there. He took very little damage there, but he was able to get the fight to his feet, and Brock is breathing heavy.
And that's what we talked about, Joe, the gas tank of Brock Lesnar. Make Brock work one way or another. Now Couture leaning on the big man.
Brock just looked up to check the time. 30 seconds left.
Lesnar. Again. Yep, he's got to be careful. Mario Yamasaki warns him about grabbing the fence.
Randy is trying very hard to get Brock down to the ground.
Great first round.
Huge first round.
Hello, Brock Lesnar. Randy Couture's going nowhere. Captain America.
Man, this fight's awesome.
Snap that jab. Snap the jab. Like that. Snap it. Don't think power, think snap. Step into that jab. Jab, step into it with your right hand. Hey, jab, step into it.
Get your hands well, Brock. Nice.
You gotta make him move though. You can't let him stand in front of you. He's just trying to back into the cage.
Another deep breath.
That was a great round.
Great round. Make sure you circle, baby. Make sure you circle, okay?
Okay.
Don't stay in front of him. Just wait for the
Let's go up.
50 Cent. Loves the fight. Great to have him here tonight. Special treat from 50 Cent as we go off the air tonight. Randy Couture, Brock Lesnar. Second round. Fight scheduled for five-minute rounds.
You ready? Let's go!
The Hall of Famer against the superhuman. Brock Lesnar comes in with a jab. Randy's going to try to move the head. Pick and move. Randy caught an elbow. Nice
Randy
elbow.
got hurt. He got
Big
hurt
time.
bad there, Mike.
That was a huge elbow that Brock Lesnar threw at Randy Couture.
You saw his legs wobble there. He took a good shot.
Brock hesitated just a bit.
As long as he can keep him pressed up against a cage like this, he has time to recover.
At this point, Randy should be recovered. But that was a strong elbow thrown by Brock Lesnar. Oh, knee! Randy loves this position, an Olympic alternate in Greco-Roman wrestling.
Well, you know, usually in fights, we see him pushing guys up against the cage and kneeing them and punching them and making them work more. But in this fight, I think he's worried about the size of Brock Lesnar, and he's just trying to hold him there and control him. Now he starts throwing those knees.
Joe, this is, well, take away the elbow that he just ate, but this is Randy's game plan.
Oh, big knee!
But answered by Couture. Watch for the elbow again.
Good head movement. We saw that in the Tim Sylvia fight. Randy has much improved head movement.
Brock's cut under the right eye. Couture ducks under. Brock with an uppercut. Couture pushing forward. Brock Lesnar with a nice hook. Randy looking to stick and move. Again they connect. That cut right above the right eye of Brock Lesnar. He wipes away the blood. That could affect his vision.
Brock with a big shot. Randy stuffs it.
Randy's going to push him back up against the fence, try to wear him down a little more.
Brock's doing a good job of pacing himself.
106-5, his career record in collegiate wrestling, Brock Lesnar. Now this time they're in front of Brock's corner. In a similar position to what we saw at the end of round one.
Randy working hard for a takedown here.
Lesnar with some short punches. Looking right to his corner for instructions, Joe.
You know, conventional wisdom would say that the longer the fight goes on, the older guy would be the one that's in trouble. But in this fight, I would say that the bigger guy is the one that's going to be in trouble because Randy is considerably lighter and he's always been in great shape. He has no problems with his endurance.
Especially when the older guy whipped through the Eco Challenge in Fiji and has always been incredibly conditioned. Big knee by Brock Lesnar. Just past the midway point of round two. Heavyweight title on the line. Couture is down. Lesnar is trying to finish. Brock Lesnar pounding away on Randy Couture. Randy trying to survive.
He's a short little shot.
And it is all over. Brock Lesnar is the new UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Randy is still down. He got hurt very badly there.
Brock Lesnar has done it. Wow. Beautiful elbow early in the round, and then he followed up with the finish. Our fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. Watch the right hand. Just grazed him on the back of the neck, Joe.
It looked like it hit him right in the temple, Mike.
Yeah, that's...
And then that hammer fist right afterwards. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah.
Yeah, good call, Joe.
He goes right down and bam, hammer fist from hell. And Randy was just stunned very badly from that punch. Eats a bunch more. Just the big power of Brock Lesnar, and just those enough. That's enough to stop, to get Mario Yamasaki to stop the fight. Too much size, too much power.
The storied return of the Hall of Famer ends tonight in defeat. The most beloved fighter in UFC history, Randy the Natural Couture, defeated by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar coming over right now to talk to Randy. What a great moment. This is why this is the best sport in the world right here. Class to the highest level. Displayed here inside the octagon. Brock proud to fight Randy tonight, and he will be the new proud heavyweight champion of the UFC. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 7 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner by TKO, and now the new UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar.
3:07 of the second. A big right hand and a bunch of hammer fists, and he is your new heavyweight champion. Brock Lesnar, congratulated by Dana White. Randy Couture defeated. Joe Rogan is with our victor.
All right, I am here with the new UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. How good does that sound?
That sounds really good. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I want to thank Dana, the UFC, and I want to thank this guy, Randy Couture. He's a lot of balls to take a year off and come back and fight a young buck like me. I got the utmost respect for Randy Couture.
Now, Brock, in your fourth fight in MMA, challenging and winning the heavyweight title, did you ever believe that this was possible?
You know, I just believe in hard work and that it pays off. Honest to God. I may come across as a cocky SOB, but I'm just confident. That's what the Lord gave me. He gave me my body and my mind. God bless you. God bless you.
I've seen the All Access special. I've seen how you train. It's absolutely obvious that hard work pays off. Congratulations. You are the new UFC heavyweight champion, and you are a handful for anybody to deal with in the future. Brock Lesnar, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with the legend, the Hall of Famer, Randy. Everybody still loves you, obviously. You came into this fight with a significant size and strength disadvantage. Your plan was to wear him out and move around and try to move around this big guy. You got caught with a big shot. Give us your thoughts.
There were some big-ass ham hocks coming at you. It's hard to get out of the way of those. I want to thank all of Las Vegas for coming out here. You guys have been awesome. You know, there's no fighter that comes in here by himself and stands in here and does this alone. I got a great team at Extreme Couture. Phil and Seth, Big John, all the guys, the big guys especially, that have helped me get ready for Brock. You know, I felt comfortable with the size difference coming in here. That's just a big sumbitch. That's all there is to it.
Now, Randy, what do you go home and assess the future from here? What do you do now? Do you figure out whether or not you're going to compete? And if you do compete, will it be as a heavyweight, or would you possibly consider fighting at 205?
I don't know. We'll let things settle out and figure out what we really want to do. And you know, I still feel like I'm getting better. This performance wasn't the best. I made some mistakes. I got caught, but I still feel like I'm getting better as a fighter, and we'll see what happens.
Did you feel any ring rust at all coming in with over a year layoff?
I think the way we train, it's so real, it's so close to real competition that I don't feel rusty. I don't think rust was an issue at all. I felt good. He's just a big guy. He caught me with a big shot.
Well, if you choose to compete, we look forward very much to seeing you compete again. The Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, Randy the Natural Couture!
Randy the Natural Couture, the most beloved fighter in UFC history. But tonight, he was bettered by the big man, as he said. Brock Lesnar is truly the next big thing. With his wife, he leaves with the UFC heavyweight belt around his waist. His wife, Reina, sable from the WWE days. Brock Lesnar has achieved his goal. Now what he wants to do next is keep the belt. He'll face the winner of Nogueira and Mir. That fight scheduled for next month here in Las Vegas. Earlier tonight.